Hello everybody, Luke the Flick here, and welcome back to some more Dead by Daylight. So we're on to the second video of the day that I recorded, obviously with no commentary during the gameplay because I was playing very early hours in the morning. I definitely will say this video is completely different to the one that was recently uploaded, but still playing as the same character, playing as Rick. I definitely like there's one thing that I completely forgot, and that was the cosmetics. To talk about. Obviously, I'm fully well aware of his legendary cosmetic, which is Daryl. So that's another character that I need to unlock. But I definitely do like Rick's cosmetics, especially the leather jacket that he wears. I think in five, season five, and season six, if I recall. So and like I said, I'm between the three Walking Dead characters that's already in the game. I probably will end up playing Rick more, so I probably will end up leveling him up a lot more than the other two. But well, to be fair, Daryl's more of a legendary skin. To be fair for Rick, so yeah. I've also heard that we're supposed to be getting Carol and Maggie coming in at some point. So I'm pretty sure Carol and Maggie are going to be for a legendary skin for Michonne, I think. I don't know. I'm just saying what everyone else is saying. I don't know. I don't know whether that's been confirmed or not, but yeah. But regardless, that is what it is. I'm not really gonna complain. But yeah. I also say the downside is we didn't get a killer, but then again on the roadmap, there was never going to be a killer. There wasn't a killer on the road shown on the roadmap anyway. So even if there was a killer, out of all the villains that they faced in the show, it probably would have been Negan. To be fair, I wonder how that would have worked. To be honest, but I'm kind of curious about that now. But but the more I think about it, the more I'm like, yeah, I don't see that working now. So again, I don't know. So yeah, it could work, it could not work. I don't know. I'm kind of curious what they have planned for a year 10 anniversary. As much as I mean, the only killer that probably everyone wants now for the 10-year anniversary is obviously Jason Voorhees. Now I don't know whether that is going to. I don't know whether behavior will do that or not, because obviously Jason is. Arguably Jason did make a massive impact in the horror. Sildandra as well as Michael and Freddy and Chucky, but I don't know whether behavior really wants to, let's say throw that in the situation. I don't know. I'd be shocked if they end up pulling him into the game. I know the thing is obviously I know full well that they want Jason in the game, but due to complications and that whole lawsuit situation, I don't think that's ever going to happen. But then again, never say never. It could happen in year 11, could happen in year 12, could happen in year 13. Who knows? Yeah, the future is uncertain, especially when it comes to Jason involved. But I'm not saying that he shouldn't be in the game. I'm saying that he should be in the game because you have Michael, you have Chucky, you have Freddy. The only one that's missing is Jason. Obviously, you got Leatherface. I forgot about Leatherface. So you got pretty much all of those characters who were massive in the horror genre, but the only ones missing is Jason. Yeah, because you got Leatherface, Michael, Chucky, Freddy, but you don't have Jason. Yeah. But again, like I said, the future is uncertain. And obviously it's well known that by now that all the devs, I think, well, Matthew anyway, I think Matthew's made it clear that he does want Jason in the game, but is pretty unsure what the future will be like for that licensed chapter. So, yeah. It does beg the question when Friday the 13th does eventually come to the game. I'm kind of curious if it's just going to be Jason or is it going to be, Jason and the Survivor. I mean, the only one that makes sense is Tom Jarvis, his arch rival. But if it's say for example, if they don't bring Tommy into the game, if it's going to be someone else, I don't think it's going to go down well. So, yeah. But it just kind of to me kind of makes sense that if you're going to bring Jason into the game, you might as well bring Tommy with him because, like I said, he's an arch rival to Jason. He's the only arch rival for Jason, so that makes sense really. But if they only could bring in one, I'd be like, if Jason's going to be a solo, I'd be like, well, fair enough. Bit of a missed opportunity not bring in Tommy, but overall, I can definitely see why. I mean, it kind of, makes sense, I suppose. I don't know. Yeah, but yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, I still really want Loomis as a cosmetic. A legendary cosmetic. But I don't think I'm gonna get Loomis in Dead by Daylight. Obviously, I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one who's been asking. I know full well that a lot of people have been asking for Sam Loomis, Dr. Sam Loomis, to come also into Dead by Daylight as a legendary skin. But whether that will happen or not, again, the future is uncertain. I really want to have Dr. Sam Loomis in the game, as well as Laurie Strode, because, again, two of you could say in the entire Halloween franchise, probably the two arch rivals of Michael Myers are Laurie Strode and, Dr. Sam Loomis. So, yeah. But again, the future is uncertain. It's the same thing with Freddy. Give us the original Freddy, but I don't see that happening. I don't think that's on the cards. But I'd be surprised if they go back to Freddy and say, hey, here's the original Freddy. And I'd be like, no, they actually did it. But again, like I said, if you never know when it comes to the future when we're Dead by Daylight. So yeah, that kind of thing. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to the changes for the 2v8 game mode that's coming out at some point in August. I'm a little disappointed that you don't get a new killer with the 2v8. I think it's just the same killers. I have no idea whether we're gonna get a license. Yeah, if Wesker and Nemesis is still gonna be unlocked. I'm pretty sure they'll still be unlocked because they were unlocked last time. So yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, they'll be. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it'll be fine. But again, it is what it is. Can't really complain too much about it, but yeah. But at least now that there's a new feature for TV8 when it comes to the wait mode, when you're either waiting for a match for a survivor or killer if you're playing the game, and so which is quite nice. About time too, because the one thing that really annoys me when it comes to trying to find a match for a killer is the wait, and they need to obviously address that, especially when it comes to the normal version. I'm just feeling like but it's one of the reasons why don't like waiting in lobbies that much often. Because half of the time you're waiting for about an hour, 2 hour, 3 hour at most. And I'm just like, an hour's worth to wait just to find a match. It's just a bit of a pain, really. So, yeah. I still try, but if it's over like say an hour or 2 hour mark, I'm just like, you know what, I can't be arsed, Load up a custom game and just do it that way, just easier. But obviously, yes, like I said, I know full well it's in custom game, but at the end of the day, there's not a lot I could do about it. But yeah, but that's the thing when it comes to waiting for a match for Kira. But at least I get some practice in though, so I can't really complain too much. So yeah. What I did realize when it came to doing the killer video, it went like over an hour, and I'm like, damn, was not keeping an eye on the time when it comes to that recording. So I didn't mean to make it that long, but I was like, oh yeah, an hour's worth. It's fine. Yeah, I can't really complain too much. So yeah, it is what it is. So yeah, but and it's what it is. I've run out of stuff to say again. What else is there to talk about? Is anyone looking forward to any movies that's coming out the rest of the year? I kind of missed out on the Jurassic World movie. I really wanted to watch that, but I don't think it's in the cinema anymore. So I'm kind of kind of gutted about that. I probably will end up getting it on DVD. The only one I'm really looking forward to is obviously December, which is the Five Nights at Freddy's 2 movie. I've only seen the trailer once, and that once was enough for me, and I was like, I'm sold. Yeah. Come December, get here fast enough. Then I saw the trailer to Avatar 3, and I was like, okay, I might give this a chance. I'm a little bit sort of skeptical, but at the end of the day, I'm just like, you know what, I'm gonna watch it because the second one wasn't that bad. It was pretty decent, to be fair. I quite enjoyed it, so yeah, I'm kind of curious to see where they're gonna go from for the third one. So I didn't, for what the trailer showed me, it kind of shows that it's gonna be a lot darker, and I'm like, damn, so. I don't know how many movies they have planned. I think they are planning to do 5. I think I could be wrong. So then we got like as soon as Avatar 3 comes out, we probably got like two more, and then two more Avatar films to wait for to come out to the cinema, and then that's that. But again, I'm just going with what I'm told. So again, I could be wrong. I could be miles off. I don't know. So yeah. As for games, on the other hand, what games am I looking forward to play? I've pre-ordered the Gears of War from Reloaded. So do expect a full playthrough of that. It probably will end up being a solo playthrough though. Yeah, because I probably will not trust a certain rando players, random players, joining in and end up, going down in the first 5 seconds or something like that. I probably will end up just doing the whole game solo-wise. It's just easier doing that way, so it saves me a lot of, yeah, pain and just we gotta redo this all over again because we've now both, killed an action, when it comes to Gears of War Reloaded. There's one game I'm really excited for, but I've got to wait for next year now, and that is, the James Bond game. It's been 14 years since, the last James Bond game. And the reason why, they haven't done another James Bond game is because of, there were some legends. To be fair, I played there were some legends when I was when I had the PS3 at the time, because I was really curious what the game was. It was sort of like celebrating the legacy of the franchise. And as soon as I played it, my immediate reaction was, "What the fuck was this?" And I was really confused because I was really looking forward to playing, as Sean Connery, Roger Moore, Timothy Dalton, and Pierce Brosnan, and eventually, Daniel Craig's version of the Bond. Not, you know, Daniel Craig's version Bond in all of those movies. As soon as I saw the Daniel Craig Bond model in Goldfinger, I was like, what? It's not. It really made me question a lot of things. I was like, hold on a second, he's not in Goldfinger, he's in Casino Royale. Why is he in Goldfinger? What? Explain this to me. At the time I was livid because I was like, oh, I was really looking forward to playing Sean Connery. Who made this decision? It was baffling, to be fair. I mean, GoldenEye Reloaded, I was really GoldenEye Reloaded, it really didn't bother me, but as soon as I, when I got, 007 Legends, and as soon as I saw the Daniel Craig Bond model, and, appearing in all the other previous Avengers, it really did bother me, and I was like, why would you make that decision? I was really looking forward to, playing as Sean Connery's version of Bond, Roger Moore's version of Bond. Why is, why go down that direction? It just did not make any sense at all. Story-wise, for 007 Legends was, yeah, it was a disappointment, to be honest. I mean, it was cool to play the missions. It was cool to, revisit some of the movies. But as soon as you get to, say like the Goldfinger, you're literally like halfway through the film. And it's like, especially to those who've not seen Goldfinger, for example, or Die Another Day or License to Kill, you're like halfway through the movie or near the end of the movie, and you'll be like, you'll be so confused on what's going on. You'll be like, hold on a second, you kind of feel like you're missing something. You're missing half of the story. It's just, yeah, it's a bit of a disappointment if you ask me, but that's just me. But I'm glad that James Bond is making a comeback in video game wise anyway. So I'm really looking forward to that coming out next year. I'll probably end up getting it on disc, just for argument's sake. I know there's a DLC for Indiana Jones that's coming out next month, I think. I'm kind of curious about that. So, yeah, I'll probably end up playing that at some point in my own free time. But, yeah, it is what it is. Any other games that's gone mind? Yeah, the only games I've been replaying at the moment is Poppy Playtime Chapter 1 to 4, Resident Evil 4 the remake, Resident Evil 4 the original, Dead by Daylight, and that's pretty much it, to be honest. So, yeah. Again, it's just, just to kill the time, I say, but it is what it is. But regardless, I hope that you enjoyed another rambling. Most of these matches in this one were pretty sort of decent-ish. I know what I kind of the only kid I kind of felt bad for was probably Freddy, because I think at the end of the day, I think he was just having a bad match. But yeah, it happens for the best of us. I probably will say, most of these matches were decent-ish. So, yeah. I was a little bit devastated with the Huntress match, unfortunately. But, again, some things tend to not go your way when it comes to playing solo. But, again, but regardless, I hope that you enjoyed your weekend. I hope that you are gonna enjoy the rest of your week. And with that being said, I'll see you all in the next video. Until then, take care, and bye bye for now.
Safe, though. No stopping. Not till we're clear of this mess. plot's not making sense here. Could be walkers out there, or something else. Somebody, get me off this thing. not making sense here.